Okay, I'm going to try a Wells Fargo um, technical analysis. I've already done it for this stock, but I figure for the benefit of all of you and learning how to do technical analysis, um, let's give it a go. So this is TradingView, my setup. I'm going to just only have the price action listed, none of the indicators. I do have let's see here, the moving average 50 and 200. I'm going to hide them. Okay, so the chart is really clean. And this is on the weekly. So as you can see, the weekly gives us a broad picture of historical action, and it's good for just getting a rough feel of where trends are for the price. So, helps us figure out broad trends. So I'm just going to start drawing, and we'll go from here. Personally, I don't like to go all the way back to the beginning of price. Like this is 1969, it doesn't really have a lot of, I don't know, validity for me. Because look, there's like barely any volume here. And if you look up here, okay, in this upper, to the left of the cursor, or not cursor, pointer, you can see volume, okay? So that's about 1 million shares traded on March 13th, 1972. That's a long time ago. So I'm gonna move over to like, let's see. Whoops. Let me move this over first. Maybe we'll use this zone. All right, I'm gonna turn this off too. All right, so trading view lets us mark up the picture, and I'm gonna find the obvious ones first, like maybe this one. Okay. Actually, I don't want it to be trend line. I'm just going to keep it black. If you press Control and use your scroll mouse, you can zoom in and out. Okay. Let's see here. So yeah, that's rough. Doesn't have to be perfect. Notice that it does go through some candles. It's okay. It's just a rough picture. Okay. So this gives me an idea that perhaps this is an upper bound here. Okay. So price is over here right now. Um, what is this? What time is this? This is like, yeah, November 7th over here. Okay, let's keep drawing these lines. So there's no wrong answer. Like, if I were to go like this, not too bad. There's a couple touches here. You can see there's like a few here, a few here. Like these are zones. This is the weekly chart. So each of these candles is 1 week of price action. Okay, you can see here, price came down here, got rejected. Oh, sorry, wrong word. Um, price bounced off this trend line. Didn't quite get down there. It's fine. Maybe one here, maybe a little bit here. You can see price attempted to go up, failed, uh, impulsive breakthrough of resistance. That's pretty good. Here's a zone that's touching. So I think this is a legit line, fairly legit. The more times that a price touches a trend line, then it's a more legitimate trend line. Okay, so this to me is a fairly good one for overall, uh, like a rough feel. Okay. All right. And if you follow Money Maven, he always says to avoid, discount these crashes. Okay. Because the crashes are um, infrequent events. So, okay. So let's see this. So let's tighten this up a little bit. You can draw, so that this is a broad trend line on the weekly. I'm going to get us over to a little bit closer. So this is 2010 here. Let's see how this is here. Okay, so what I did was I eyeballed this. Okay, one zone, two, three. Here is okay. It See how it kind of there's a lot of resistance here. It broke through, fought around, but this red candle told me that it it failed. It came back down. It's fine. I'm just trying to get an approximation for the trend line. And you can see here, right? All of that. That's almost like running right on the trend line. So this is a good line. I like it. And oh, look, when you come over here, boom. Okay, price came up, got rejected right there, dropped back down, rejected here again. Okay, so this is a legit line. Now, when price came back up here, pushed right through. It had to be pretty impulsive green candle, and it stayed up. So this is a good line. I like this line. I'm going to mark this one um, as a purple one. That's just my personal style. A long-term trend line, I like to mark in purple. So to me, if price ever gets back down here, this is a very legit line, strong. All right, so now let's refine it a little bit. Trend lines don't have to be as long, and but I'm going to keep it on the weekly just to help reinforce this broad, um, like a very broad picture view of the trend line. It doesn't have to be exact because as you move down the time frame from weekly to daily, even to hourly, or even to the 15-minute, then your trend lines can get even tighter, more precise. Okay, so this one looks like a good one. Okay, so to me, look, this is like a channel. Price could be bouncing back and forth here. All right, so this is Wells Fargo. It's a bank. Um, I think it's one of the top lenders in the US for mortgages. So I've been kind of trying to pay attention to them, see how, with interest rates rising, how their price action will be. All right, so this, okay. Oh yeah, they end the other night said, hey, how come we didn't draw a trend line underneath a channel or underneath the price? Okay, I'll do that. So this one, and draw it kind of like this. Oh, look how nice that is. So, all right, so touches here. So this is resistance for this line. Resistance, fail, resistance, fail, retest, broke through, boom. So when price breaks through, comes back down, retests it, and it uses it as support. So now its support's pushing off, coming back down, retesting support, and it was very happy with it. It kept going. Okay, came up here. Look, hit this trend line here with this green candle. Failed a little bit, but decided, hey, I want to be impulsive, push through. I did. Came back, retest. The next day, pushed off. So these lines that we just drew are legit. Okay. Um, let's see. So this one continues down. See that? Another touch here. Interesting. All right. So this is a good line. I'm gonna draw all the way down here. This is on the weekly, so it's not doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, so we're getting closer to the right side, which is where price is now. We use the historical info. I'm going to extend this here because who knows, price may end up coming down to one of these lines that we just drew. Okay, that's the reason why we do them. I'm not sure about this one. Um, yeah, I'm not crazy about this one. Maybe, oh yeah, this is on the weekly. It's okay, we'll adjust. It's getting a little bit tighter. Okay, there's no perfect or right way to draw it. This gives you a feel. So my thought is, if price, let's see. All right, so yeah, so if you notice, I first drew it like this, okay? See this green candle? Um, I didn't like the way it looked because this guy, uh, the body of this green candle is underneath. So I'm a little bit anal this way. So I'm going to adjust it down. Okay. So this guy looks better. He's sitting on support, and this guy's also sitting on support with a good rejection here through support. Okay. All right. So now we're getting closer to price action for the past couple months. Okay. And it's still on the weekly, but you can see that there's channels and there's channels. Okay. Yeah, you guys definitely need to watch the candlestick patterns video. I'll see if I can link that one somehow. It's my first time doing one of these videos. All right, so I think this is as far as we can get for the weekly. Let's switch to the daily now. So daily is a lot more precise, okay? I'm going to clean this up a little bit. I can kind of see a few things. And it's just my way of charting. Not everybody charts this way. Maven doesn't chart this way. He's very, I'll call it, he eyeballs it. He doesn't, he allows, oh yeah, and he doesn't draw trend lines through wicks. I do. I don't like wicks because I feel price didn't want to stay on one side of a trend line. So whereas Maven would have drawn this line like this, okay, so that the wick goes up and gets rejected there. I actually only draw the line to the bodies of the green candles, not even the red ones. So these red ones, I don't really, I discount them. It's just my way of observing price. So as I go down, I see here that, okay, this guy's underneath, that's fine. This guy's not underneath, but the red one closed below it. Okay, so that's how I do it. Down here, I'm going to adjust this a little bit. Adjust it. So for this zone, I'm going to adjust it a little bit like that. Okay. So that this green one closes right at the descending trend line resistance. If you go down here, it's actually perfect because look, this guy touched it. Okay, so it's like that. Great, so that one's good. Let's see over here. Let's clean this up a little bit. Maybe from here. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm trying to clean up this area here. I'm pulling it down a little bit. So it's like that. Okay, you can see that the way I do it, this trend line is support for the green candle. We're going to extend it to the right here, using this as an anchor point, okay? Great, so look at that. This is on the daily. Okay, this is beautiful actually. I see a pattern setting up. The other thing I'm going to draw here is you could draw it like this. There's no wrong answer, okay? But it's only one candle down here. There's really no other touches here. So this trend line I feel is a little weak as a drawing. My recommendation is to maybe discount this. So the other way to do it is to draw it here using these two candles as an area and go like this. Does that work? Yeah, it's like that. All right, maybe like that. It doesn't have to be perfect. Maybe a little bit further down. Okay, yeah, I think I like this one better. What this tells me is price came down, hit support, came up, broke through support, broke down, but there was an impulsive rally, like, hey, I want to recover. I got to get back, right? Got to get back. So it came back up, recovered. This is, I feel, a very good indication that this trend line is a legit one because it came back, held, continued up. Okay, so the trend line continued. Boom, 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 good. Hit resistance a little bit here, came down, sold down underneath it a little bit. Okay, so that's a little bit worrying from a price action standpoint, but it wasn't impulsive. Recovered, attempted to fail again, but look, this one is now being held up by this support. Recovered and it's back up here. Okay, so that's pretty clean. Let's stop there. That's on the daily. Now let's add the horizontal supports and resistance. Okay, so I'm going to add, oh, so the way I do it, this is just my method, and I'll go back, how far back do I go? I usually go, oh, I'm eyeballing down here, okay? So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to find the tallest volume candles, okay? And so for me, maybe if I, okay, so observe my mouse pointer. It's a plus sign. It has vertical dash lines going up, dash lines going straight down, and the two dash lines to the left and right. So I'm going to bring this down to about, I don't know, maybe about here. So this gives me a feel. Oh, and I need to include, yeah, I'll just start here. That's fine. I'll just start here. So we'll create one right here. So this candle here, sorry, this volume line here, it's a lot of volume. How many? This is 118 million shares in one day. Okay, that's a lot. So I'm going to zoom into it. And this one aligns with this green candle here. Okay, so focus on that. I'm going to help us see it a little bit more clearly here. I'm pulling the scale up. All right, so this is it here. So I'm going to go here, put my cursor at about this spot here, and press Alt-H. Boom, horizontal line. The way I do it is I like to draw the horizontal line based on volume at the top of the body of the candle, not the wick. Okay, so the next one that I see is this one here. It's pretty tall. Okay, and it goes all the way up to this guy. Okay. Oops, I didn't do it. Alt H. So I have to press Alt uh, Alt H there. Okay. Let me zoom out a little bit. Let's see. This one's pretty tall. So you're gonna ask me, well, wait, John, how come you're only doing the green ones? Well, these are the tallest ones that I see so far. And look, this one is pretty much there. Okay, same spot. I'll add it anyway, just to kind of emphasize that this area tends to see a lot of volume. Okay, so support and resistance lines provide, it's just like these trend lines. There's a memory of, oh, this is a resistance, or if price is coming down from the top, it's support. Okay, so those two. All right, I'm going to try a few other ones. Let's keep going so you can understand the concept. Yeah, so these are all down here. Wow, there's a lot of support here. This zone. So if price ever gets down here, I think it's this might be called the bottom. Okay. Let me keep going here. But I want to do it not just at this area. I want to do it as price changes too, because that's key. I want to see that. So this one, it's right here, because it will come back to it. Price will come back to it. Here's one here, this red one. Okay, so I'm doing it pretty quickly. It doesn't have to be super precise. Let's see these. Do I do these? I'll do this one. I'm not going to do all of them. I want the tallest ones. That's where there was the most trading activity. And the market, in this case, it's Wells Fargo, will remember this spot. So it will behave. It will use this this trend line, horizontal trend line, as support and resistance. Okay, that's just how price is. So these two tall red ones, let's see, this one, this one, the next one is also this one here, 84 million shares. Okay. What's another tall one? This one. Just a little bit. Okay. These are kind of the same. Here's a green one. This guy's kind of tall. It's down here. Okay, right there. This guy's tall. Right here. Okay. So you can see where price is now. It is heading right into resistance in two ways. Okay. It's resistance this way, which is this ascending trend line. And then it's also hitting 48.39 as resistance. It just got rejected off of that. Look at that. And this is a trend line that we drew on the far left. I don't even remember which of these volume candles, but it's getting rejected there. So we'll have to, it's interesting. I see a setup coming. All right, I want to try to get some lines up here because this $50 area, yeah, if it gets past the $50, let's have something up there. So let's look at this price action, see what's tall up there. So let's see this one. Where do you do that one? Let's do this green one here. Okay, let's see this red one. Oh, this red one is only right here. Let's see that one. Huh, interesting. So what this tells me, there's not a lot of, let's see. Yeah, I don't see a lot of, there's a lot of trading up there, but nothing that really stands out. Maybe this guy, this one right here. Okay, that should be enough. Okay, all right, let's go back over here. Good, there's some more lines. Fantastic. So now we're done with the um, drawing of trend lines and support resistance, horizontal support resistance, okay? And it's the end of this video.